Hey everybody, it's Ricky Rolando here, back with Dream Journal number 17, I believe. This one is going to be called Lost at Sea, and it begins with my siblings, all of my siblings, which is 5 of them. Well, there was 5 there, but I have 6 siblings. So 5 of them were in the dream, and then the other one, I don't know where she was. And then a couple childhood friends that were either friends of mine or friends of my siblings. And we're all on this mountain, and we're hiking it at first. I'm not really sure what we're doing. I think we're just kind of exploring. It's like a tropical mountain with little trails and all kinds of trees and a beach at the bottom. And then so we're all together just exploring, having fun and stuff at first. And then I don't remember when or why, but for some reason we all came to the conclusion that we had to go home, but nobody knew how we got to where we were. So it looked like we were on an island. It was either an island or a peninsula, but it was nowhere near home, wherever home was in this dream. And all of us decided, I guess mutually, let's build a raft. We'll get on the raft and we'll sail out into the ocean, and maybe we'll sail home. And I don't know why everybody agreed and thought that was a good idea. In real life, that's like suicide for most people. There might be a very small chance you get found by a shipping boat or something like that, but the amount of people that get lost at sea that actually get found alive is, I would say, very few. So, yeah, I think it was a dumb idea, but in the dream it seemed like reasonable, and it seemed like, okay, let's just make this raft and we'll go out there and sail home. Which, that just sounds completely stupid, right? But that was what we did. So we built this raft out of all these random just things we found that we tied together. In my city, I live right near the Rio Grande, so my family, my brothers and friends, we would and still do go and raft the river pretty often in like an inner tube or air mattress, or even just like a pool floaty. So that was kind of how this raft that we made in the dream was, except it was just a bunch of those things tied together. And a lot of times people here will do that too. You get like a whole group of people who want to go float down the river, and you tie all your inner tubes together so you're all next to each other, and then you just talk and swim and jump off the inner tubes and drink your beers or your sodas or your whatever and just have a good time on the river. So that was kind of how we had the setup out in the ocean in the dream. We were all tied together. We were all kind of kicking it, talking and having fun, right? I don't think any of us had any food or beers or anything like that because we were on this island. But yeah, so everybody's talking. We have all our things tied together, and there's this guy Justin who was one of my childhood friends, and I had him hold my phone in the dream because I was wearing these red shorts that have these shallow pockets that things always fall out of. So I handed him my phone, adjusted my position on the rafts because I wanted to find a more comfortable spot to chill, and then he handed me my phone back. And this is where things get a little foggy, and I don't really remember the order of everything that happened, but I do remember my little sister wanting to play some music at some point. And I think at this point, we're no longer on the rafts. I just burped. I don't know if you heard that. I hope not. But at this point, we're no longer on the rafts. It's my little sister and my 2 younger brothers. Actually, 3 younger brothers. And we're in a booth at some random made-up restaurant that my mind made up. And we're all talking like as if we're still on the raft, but we're in this booth in this restaurant. So it doesn't really make sense the way I want it to. I don't know if that makes sense how I said that, but we're in this booth and it's as if we're still on the raft, like everybody's acting like that. So it's weird because we're on land, but we're in our minds we're all in the ocean. So my little sister brings up we should play some music while we're in the booth, and I'm thinking like, no, we need to save our phones for battery, because what if we need to call somebody, or what if we get service while we're out here in the ocean and we're all hungry or whatever. Because in the back of my mind, I knew going in the ocean was suicide, and I knew that the chances of us actually getting home on this makeshift raft was slim to none. But in the dream, my reasoning wasn't like solid like it is in real life. So in the back of my mind, that was there, but I kind of just didn't care. So at the booth, because that was still in the back of my mind, I told my little sister, no, we have to save our batteries. And then next thing you know, we're like back in the raft. My older brother is all asking, who has a phone, who has a phone? And he wasn't in the booth. I don't know why him or the other friends that were with us weren't in the booth too, but he's saying, no, who has a phone, who has a phone? And then, I still have mine, and he was like, okay, good, save it, so we can call or whatever. He basically had the same thought I did, so I was still saving my phone. I was like, okay, cool. And then before we're getting very far off the island, the water starts getting kind of rough and the sky starts getting kind of cloudy. I realized I forgot to draw clouds or like gusts or big waves in the picture, so the picture's kind of boring. I don't always challenge myself too much because I don't consider myself an artist in the drawing sense. I kind of just do that to add to the videos for you guys. But yeah, I forgot to add the clouds and other things in this picture. This picture doesn't look much like what was in the dream, but yeah, you could see the island in the distance, and everything was getting cloudy and rainy and stuff. So I get a little worried, like, dang, this is already starting out pretty bad. And then I guess I'm already looking for like somebody to find us so that we could find our way home. And I think in real life, while I was asleep, a helicopter flew over my house and landed at the hospital, because I live in between two hospitals, like pretty close to both of them. And pretty often the helicopter for like emergencies either flies one way or the other above my house to get to one of the hospitals. So I think that happened in the middle of the night while I was asleep, and it incorporated into my dream. So we're all on this raft, and when that helicopter flew over in real life, airplane was flying over in the dream, and I never noticed, but they actually sound a lot alike in real life, like an airplane and a helicopter, if it's like a low flying airplane. But either way, I have this memory of being in San Diego, and I was with my girlfriend on this beach, and there's airplanes flying above us because the airport was right behind the beach. And that was kind of what it looked like. A plane really low flying was flying above us in the dream, and you could see the lights flashing and stuff. And I was thinking like, oh cool, maybe they'll see us, but obviously it was just like a big like 747 or whatever, like those big old planes, and nobody saw us. So that was pretty much all that happened in this dream. There's not really much more I can say. I don't think we ever got home and I don't really remember anything about the dream before or after this. I don't know if this was the first or the last dream, or if it was one of the dreams in the middle. Like I said, I had lots of dreams this night. This is part 1 of 4 that I wrote down. Any other ones I had, I didn't remember. But yeah, this is it. I hope you guys like it. And should have said this at the beginning, but thank you all for 40 subscribers. I have reached 40 subscribers, which to me is awesome. I know it's 40, which is very little compared to like 4 million or whatever, how some people have. But I'm just doing this for fun. I'm doing it because it's enjoyable, and I like to share my music. And the dream journals I kind of just do because I've been keeping a dream journal, and I didn't want it to be completely private. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, a good day, a good time, wherever you guys are, whatever time it is where you're at. Peace.
I heard you spilled the beans, and now they're looking for you, and you know you're in deep. You thought you could be anonymous, forgot about your peeps, how they be up on it, caught you slipping, they'll be pulling teeth. Ow, kinda shook you, now you're thinking, how am I gonna eat? Can't run, can't hide.